What's up, superstars? On today's video, we're going to be doing another Amazon Finds unboxing. We're going to be checking out Amperio's cup cradle review with a UV DTF application. They carry different versions of this cup cradler, with the most basic unit starting off at only $7.99 off of Amazon Prime. There's another starter version, but we actually opted for the laser version because if it can help us with production, it'll be worth every penny. So for the artwork, we're actually going to be testing out a new design that I made off of Cradle. It's super easy to do, but this is not going to be a design tutorial, so you make sure that you guys hit subscribe so that you guys can watch the drop when we do show you the ins and outs on how we create this, along with the dimensions and all the AI things that we use in order to create something simple like this. But for this tutorial, I'm basically going to be unboxing this Tumbler cradler so that we can use it and see if it works for applying UV DTF transfers. So let's go ahead and get to the unboxing so that we can check out this tool to see if it's perfect for your business. All right, guys, so a couple of things that we're going to be using for this project is going to be a tape measure, just so we can use it for reference. I have some blue masking tape or painter's tape that I like to use. And of course, this is going to be our UV DTF transfer that we use. We printed this here, so in case you guys need any DTF or UV DTF printed, make sure you guys check us out. That's what we do. We're also going to be using a microfiber cloth to make sure that we clean our cups right. And again, we got these off of Amazon. They're pretty inexpensive. They come in 6, 12 packs or more, and they're really easy to use, and they seem pretty strong. They're not cheap glass. And again, these are really popular. You guys see them all over the flea market and everywhere that people are decorating UV DTF with. What we're going to be focusing on here is going to be this cup cradler for tumblers with a laser guide. I usually just do these freehand, and most of the time they're good, but they take a little bit longer to do. So I thought having or to use any type of tools can help applying UV DTF being a lot easier. So that's what we're going to check out here. So let's go ahead and start with the unboxing. All right, so let's go to the unboxing. Take a look at the box real quick. Flat edge squeegee, silicone head brush, says #1 seller here. There's a contact information for the manufacturer here, designed in Florida. Again, guys, I've never used this before, so we're gonna check it out for the very first time, and I will give you my honest review. This is an extra set of tape. Not sure what it's for. Now let's take a look at the roller and some of the parts that it comes with. All right, so this has a pretty good weight to it so far. It doesn't feel super lightweight. It will stay in place, especially if I keep my cup on there, so that's kind of good. It has a bit of a weight on it. Doesn't feel super cheap. These look like your typical foam rollers for noodles, swimming, things like that. It does roll a little bit. I guess you can tighten it if you need it, but I think that it's not intentionally made to be rolled. This is going to be some of the tools that it comes with. A curved needle nose plier, as well as a standard needle nose plier. So I'm pretty sure that these are going to be for possibly your weeding or removing film, things like that, but I don't think I'm going to really use that as much. It does come with a felt squeegee. So let's take a look at that. Standard felt squeegee, has their branding on there. And now let's look at the exciting part, which is going to be their laser alignment tool. The version that's below this one, it looks exactly like this one, I believe, but it just doesn't have the attachment. So it was definitely way more bang for your buck having the attachment to it. This looks like the magnetic base here. It's a 110. Perfect. This is the laser pointer that they have here, and I don't know exactly how the grid looks, so we'll check that out. And the magnetic should apply like that. Oh, it's pretty strong actually. So it's strong enough to actually do like this, shake it like this, hang on to here. So pretty sturdy for a magnet. All right, and let's go ahead and plug this into our outlet. Let me go ahead and get that plugged in. So I'm guessing these extra ruler stickers are going to be used for the other side if needed, or just a replacement if it gets old. Now, again, these rulers are pretty cool because it actually helps you align this properly. So if you have a fixed location, that's gonna help you out. So let's turn on the laser. So this is the laser. So it doesn't work well so far on a clear glass cup like this. It's not very clear. Let's see. Let me try to get the transfer on here, see if it helps. Oh, there you go. So that's one way to adjust it. And so if the glass cup here, let's say is from top to bottom is about 9 inches, or I'm sorry, 6 inches. So in between here is gonna be 2 to 8. So I'm sorry, let's see. So let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches right here. So let's say about 6 inches right here. This should be centered, right? But that's not including this. So let's actually adjust it a bit. So if I want it here, it's gonna be centered. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna center this right here. And you wanna make sure that you're paying attention to the curvature of the cup. You don't want to count that because you don't want to create your artwork till it gets to that curve. That's going to create a bubble, and water and air and bubbles are going to be able to penetrate through there. So you don't want to do that. So you want to make sure that you design within your boundaries there. You want to watch the other tutorial. I go through all the sizing and the templates that's needed in order to decorate this particular product. Now for this one, just so that I can get the laser aligned here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5 inches. So about 2.5 inches, 1, 2.5 inches. This makes this the center point. So all I need to do is turn this and adjust this to the center. And that is going to be the center of the design, which should be the 2.5 inches right there. But going back to this template, we create this at 9.4 inches in width, as you guys can see right there. And then for the height, it is 4.3 inches. The actual cup starts curving at 4.5 right there. So you definitely want to design within that range. Again, watch the full tutorial so that you'll get a better understanding of that. This is mainly going to be to test out the laser alignment tool. We have this set. I really don't need the laser in this particular scenario. So let's go ahead and get to the lining up of this. All right, so everything is aligned and ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and try a quick trick. So you can probably use paper. We're actually using our matte finishing sheet here. And we're gonna let it expand into the cup. That way it's going to fold this all the way out and kind of give pressure to it so that it fills in the gap, and I can use this like a background. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the laser, adjust it to 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches up, which is gonna be the 4.5 inches right there. Now I'm gonna adjust the neck. Now there's a little knob right here that you can actually adjust if you need to adjust the laser. So once it's going to be perfectly a square, then this is going to be the midpoint. So if you want, and you want to set this up so that you can mass produce something like this, this is what I would do. So what I would just, again, get that perfect measurement, right dead center is where I want it to be at. And once it's set, and if you want to hit this point every single time, I would just put a piece of tape like that. And every single time you're loading this in, you're just gonna bring it back there so you don't have to think about the measurements and things like that. That's what I would do to make things easier. But again, I don't do this on a daily basis, so this is what I would do if I had to mass produce it. All right, so here are the UV DTF transfers made from a Cradle design. That light briefly there. First thing I'm going to do is to, I don't actually need this, but if you need to look at it, that's how you would do it. I'm gonna go ahead and use my microfiber cloth to clean out the cup, make sure that it's nice. Again, I got it pretty easy because I have these markers already in place, and I'm basically going to wrap the cup. So I don't want to wrap the curved edge here or there. I'm gonna keep it right into the center right here. Now, some people freestyle it and they're able to place it on without tape. I personally have to use tape, electric tape, or not electric tape, but either masking tape or blue tape. It just helps me keep the design on. So let's just So again, it's hard to see. If you need to make it easier, we'll slip this on, boom, like that. And then let's go ahead and align this. Let's just even try if we had to align it this way, what it would be. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay it flat like so. And then if we were to wrap this all the way like that, it would wrap to the edge here. So this is just gonna help me keep it in place. I'm going to pre-wrap it just to see if it is straight. It should line right back here, which it does. So I know that, or let me double check it again. So I'm gonna make sure that this is nice and tight. So you see it curves a bit. That means it's actually not completely straight. So I'm gonna redo this area to make it straight. So let's keep it there. All right, let me check something. No. All right, let's try that again. So let's make sure this is straight. That's on straight. They're both at 4.5, 4.5. So that line should be straight. Okay, let's lay that down like that. And I'm just going to take it off real quick so that I can roll it and see if it lines up. All right, there you go. It lines up. The lines are on the bottom. And this is because we also use the cutter to make sure that the transfers are straight. So you want to make sure, of course, that your transfers are cut straight, or else it's not going to line up no matter what. So everything looks good. It looks lined up like so. I'm going to test out the edges, make sure that everything is. Now I'm going to turn off my laser, get it out of the way, and let's try to apply this on. So this is probably how you're supposed to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flex this film bit, and it's going to release it on this side. So let me get my squeegee. I'm actually going to move this to this way, guys. This is how I like to work. So I'm actually going to remove that laser like that. It's not going to really help me get this straight. So I'm going to use this cup, and I'm going to start rolling. I'm going to get to that first initial spot, and I want to make sure that it lays flat. All right, so let's go ahead and start rolling. Technically, if I just pull it like this, keep it nice and tight. So I'm using one finger to hold everything down, and then one finger to roll. All right, this is the tricky part, which is going to be the very end. And this is where I want to remove the tape that I just used so that the UV can lay over that. All right, now you get your squeegee, and you're gonna go over any bubbles that have formed or any of the areas in the corner. All right, I went through everything. The key is to have good firm pressure all around the print to make sure that the varnish has completely sealed off the prints. Now at this point, if you're doing a bulk of designs or cups, what I would do is I would just make a bunch of these and then come back and peel it later on, because it's best if you actually leave it for 24 hours before you do any peeling or washing. But if you haven't peeled yet, I would just leave it like this just to make sure that everything is nice and tight. But if you're just doing one or two of these, it's fine. You can just go ahead and peel it. Just don't wash it. Wait till at least 24 hours. That way your product is completely sealed. So now that I have everything rolled on, I'm just gonna go over it one more time just to make sure that everything is nice and sealed. All right. And then what you want to do is carefully start peeling. That side doesn't really want to come off that well. All right. So when you're peeling these transfers, you want to carefully peel when you get to the design. You just want to make sure that it is not going to come off with the varnish. So you just kind of carefully pick at it. And if for some reason it's lifting off, then just use your squeegee and go over it again. That means it's not completely sealed anyways, so you do want to press it down. So far everything is coming off very well. So let's carefully continue to do this. And guys, I'm not lifting up, I'm peeling back. So that's what you want to do. You want to use the flex of the film to your advantage actually. So slowly get to that point, we're at the corner. And of course, once you get a chance to do a few of these, you get more confident, and then you're able to actually do these a lot quicker. You trust your process a lot better and the amount of pressure that was used, and you can just pretty much peel them pretty quickly. Ooh, ooh. So guys, you guys can see I kind of messed up right there. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I should have cut the transfers a little bit more because the varnish side of it actually peeled that side off. If I was to leave the cup for 24 hours, I wouldn't have this issue, but because I'm trying to do a video here and I tried to pull it off prior to me finishing it, this is what happens. So when I do a next video in the future of a different wrap or me actually creating this design, I will pre-cut the transfer down so that I don't have this issue of it pulling back and damaging any of the UV DTF transfer. So again, this is a little bit of a hiccup that happened there, but you know, I know exactly what I need to do in order to fix this. So this is the design so far. Let's move it straight and let's check it out. Let me move this out of the way, have a black background. You guys can see the varnish that completely covered the design. This is what makes it waterproof and dishwasher safe. There are no bubbles. Everything came out pretty solid. Again, the only drawback is the ending right there did touch on top of each other. But besides that, it turned out pretty well. It was pretty quick, and I'm pretty sure I can bang out the next ones a lot quicker. But so far, this is the design. It took me a few minutes off Kiddo to make this. And now let's get back into the laser system. So guys, my thoughts on this so far is I really do like this. I have mixed feelings about the laser system right here. I like how it's strong and it doesn't move when I'm working. But what I don't like to do is, for me to do wraps, I actually have a harder time going left and right, and going up and down actually works better for me. So by going through this direction, this kind of gets in the way of what I'm trying to do. So I don't like it as far as production's sake, but if I am just lining everything up, I'm gonna use a laser. Just line everything up, wrap everything first, and then when I get to the point where I'm actually applying it on, I'll just remove it or move the head out of the way so that it doesn't get in my way. But that's my thought on it. But I like the laser system. It's sharp, it's very sturdy. I don't think it costs a lot either, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of cups. You're definitely gonna make up for this tool. Either way, you're using a tool like this is a lot easier than just using a table and having this roll everywhere. I'm usually at a point where I have to kind of use my shirt as leverage. So having the ability to use something like this to keep everything in place, it's great. You can probably even make something like this using, again, a pool noodle and some pieces of wood. Yes, or you can just buy something like this. But that's my thought on this so far, guys. There you have it, guys. I showed you how easy it is to apply UV DTF transfer onto a glassware. Again, it's not perfect, but you can simply master this by doing a few of these. It is super easy. I can even do it even though I don't apply on a daily basis. Now, if you guys want to learn how to create artwork, make sure you guys subscribe and have your notifications turned on so that you guys can get notified on the next video where we design this from scratch using Kiddo. And if you need any DTF or UV DTF transfers printed, make sure you guys head over to our website and submit your order today. You can get this in as little as 2 business days. It's that easy. And always, guys, hit me up on comments if you guys have any questions. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. I'll catch you guys on the next one.